Grace and peace be with you this day. For this Monday, I'd like to offer you a meditation practice known as loving kindness meditation. As I reflect back upon Holy Week, though, one of the most poignant moments for me in the story of the crucifixion is when Jesus is on the cross and he says, "Father, forgive them, because they don't know what they're doing." He doesn't say, "Father, forgive people in general most of the time." Jesus doesn't say, "Father, forgive them when they deserve it," or "forgive them if they're appropriately repentant." No, "Father, forgive them, even these people who are doing horrible things, because they don't know what they're doing." God's grace and forgiveness is for everyone, even them, even our enemies. When Jesus tells us to love our enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that is what he's talking about. Here on the cross was that example of him living that out. But how do we do that? That's a tall order. It's hard enough to love the people that we're close to in our lives, right? Especially if we're stuck with them all the time. How do we love our enemies too? And this meditative practice is actually a way that we work on our minds and our spirits of fostering some of those feelings of love and goodwill towards other people. So now I invite you to find a comfortable position for you to be in for this meditation, and to start by closing your eyes and focusing on your breath. Know that with each breath you take in, God's presence, God's Spirit is with you in that breath. And with each breath that you take out, each exhale, know that God's Spirit is going out, is around you in the world too. So take a moment to focus in on your breath. And as you continue to do that, trying to let go of all those other thoughts that are going around in your mind, focusing on your breath, I want you now to imagine someone who you care about deeply, someone who you love and loves you. This could be a spouse or a parent or a sibling, a good friend. It could be somebody who is not any longer with us, but somebody who you have these great feelings of love towards. And imagine that person right in front of you, right here next to you, looking at you and smiling at you. And now picturing that person who you have these feelings of love for, I want you to repeat after me these words for them. May God give you peace. May God give you joy. May God give you love. Now continuing to feel those feelings of love and goodwill towards that person, I want you to picture someone else who you like, but you don't have strong feelings for. Someone who is in your life, but you don't really know that much about them. They're not that close to you. And I want you to imagine that person, whoever it is, sitting or standing right in front of you. And I want you to repeat those same words after me, geared towards that person. May God give you peace. May God give you joy. May God give you love. Now this next part is by far the hardest bit. I want you to picture now somebody who you find it difficult to love. Somebody who you have arguments with, somebody who you just don't like for whatever reason. Or it could be somebody that you don't know, some public figure that when you think of that person, it makes your body get tense because this person is someone who you do not like at all. Now I want you to picture, as hard as that is, that person sitting or standing in front of you. And repeat after me these same words for them. May God give you peace. May God give you joy. May God give you love. Know that just because we love someone doesn't mean that we condone their actions. It doesn't even mean that we need to be close to them. But we can choose not to close off our hearts towards that person, even to someone who we think of as an enemy. And even if it didn't feel like you meant those words, if you continue to practice them, you may find that God allows your heart to continue to open up to those difficult people, those people who you find difficult to love. Now I want to end this time by giving you a chance to hear those words for yourself. So I'm going to say them to you, and if you want, you can repeat them after me for yourself, or you can just listen to them, take them in. May God give you peace. May God give you joy. May God give you love. Amen. Know that you are loved this day and every day. Amen.